What's up, dudes? What's going on? This is Anthony Blade Jr. back with another episode of Flawless Fantasy Football. Week 10 waivers edition. That's right. Man, we're all the way to week 10. 9 weeks completed. We're officially over halfway of the fantasy football season. Man, where has the time went? I tell you what, it's been an interesting one though, especially this past week. You know, freaking Jacksonville beating Buffalo, Dallas taking a shellacking. Man, it was off the chain. You know, so Kansas City playing like crap. You know, so it's gonna be wild. It's gonna be wild. I think there's some pretender teams out there that are not really as good as they say they are. But I'm not gonna get into that. We'll see how that unfolds later. But yeah, Flawless Fantasy Football Week 10 waivers. First, we're going to start off with the quarterbacks. All right. Now, listen. First off, the Bengals, Bears, Giants, and the Texans are the only ones that have a bye week. Those 4 teams. So basically, I mean, unless you're starting Joe Burrow, you know, you're looking for a waiver quarterback. But chances are, if you had Joe Burrow, you have another quarterback on your team. You know, I play fantasy football. The vast majority of the time, if I pick an elite quarterback, outside of this year when it was like COVID rules and all depends what's going on with your league settings, if I pick an elite quarterback, may have been Aaron Rodgers in his prime, Tom Brady in his prime, you know, Peyton Manning, I don't pick another quarterback, you know, because I don't care who it is, I'm never going to start that quarterback over that stud at QB. You see what I'm saying? So I'll save that extra position to take a home run swing at a possible league winning running back or wide receiver, you know. So, but that's just my MO, you know, because like I said, if you're picking Aaron Rodgers, you know, 7-8 years ago, or Brady 7-8 years ago, I mean, why the hell would you be picking anybody else? I mean, why did you have a backup just when he's just gonna play the bye week, you know? So, but that's just me, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Didn't mean to get too long on that. So, like I said, you got Burrow, you're playing somebody else. So it's gonna be real quick with the quarterbacks. I'm gonna go with number 1, in which he should have been picked up the other week, but I'm gonna go with Mike White. Okay. Now, granted, he got hurt. He was gonna have a sensational game this past week, but unfortunately, you know, he had the little finger issue and things like that. But it'll be okay. He still have another week to start. Zach Wilson's not gonna start week 10. And I believe he'll do great. You know, they're throwing to the running backs. They got a stud wide receiver, and Elijah Mitchell I can't see how anybody thought to start him. Oh, yeah. Okay, you know, but I believe he'll be good. But the only bad thing is they play against the Bills. You know, but that don't mean you can't get nothing going on the Bills. It's like, and here's another benefit for people that have issues with Elijah Moore, like, you know, Andy Holloway said he feels as if for the fantasy footballs, he feels as if it's just like almost like a farce type thing where he don't think he's gonna get the juice like that because, you know, inconsistency in Corey Davis. Let me tell you something. They said that this guy, I don't know why I'm talking about wide receivers, but Corey Davis coming back, that just means the star cornerback going to be on Corey Davis. And trust me, they're going to have to throw the ball because Josh Allen ain't going to play this. He ain't going to play no games this week. Mike White, he will have sensational numbers. He'll do well this week versus Buffalo. Well enough, especially if you need a bye. Okay? He might be rostered already. He might not. You never know. But I'm going to go with Trey Lance. And this is not a play this week, though. Okay? I want to make that caveat. It's not a play this week. So maybe I should have put him 3 because I like to put him in order. But I'm going to just put it right here so you already know this is not about this week. But I want to mention them because I don't think many people have quarterback issues that need to be picking up off the waiver. So based on the quarterbacks the teams that are on bye. So having said that, because Jimmy Garoppolo plays Monday night against the Rams, I'm going to tell you something. It's going to be his last game plan starting. Okay, unless he beats the Rams, in which I don't see, because San Fran, my beloved 49ers, are trash. So this will be Garoppolo's last game starting. Trey Lance will come in after that. Okay, So if you want him towards the back end, as far as picking up, so this is a waiver show, but just to let you know, it's not for week 10. And number 3 is, which maybe should be, let's go like this. Let's go with Jordan Love. All right, now listen. I know he looked rough, hella rough last week, but listen, it was his first start. He still has Devontae Freeman, Aaron Jones to throw it to. He'll be fine. He settled down in the second half, and they play Seattle this coming week. So Seattle doesn't have much of a defense, and so they won't be able to have much pushback. I definitely think he should get in the 20-point range or a little bit higher. Last time I wrote an arrow up on somebody, it was Elijah Moore. If you go back and check my waiver videos, the arrow mark was going up here at Crowder, Elijah Moore with an arrow going up. So I think Jordan Love will do well. Let me leave the arrow up there just to have a little faith in him. But you should have better options than this because the only quarterback of significance that's on bye is Bengals QB. All right, next, let's go to running backs. Okay, now this is going to be interesting because a couple things that moved around this past week. And, man, I like to try to put things in order, so I'm going to try to do it this time. All right? Me, I like to see trends. I like to anticipate, okay? But, so this is just how I'm going to. Normally, if you have Chubb. Okay, let me start. I'm going to just go ahead and step out there. Number 1 pickup for me this week is Eno Benjamin for running backs for the Cards. Listen, if you haven't seen that touchdown run he did, you need to go check it out. Man, it was awesome. And he bodied that freaking doggone defensive back, that dude. So go check that out. Week 9, his touchdown run. Listen, Chase Edmonds got hurt with a high ankle sprain. He may be out a significant amount of time. And so you just have Connor. Dude, Connor's been doing great. But Connor is freaking porcelain. Okay? I know he scored all his touchdowns, but he shared the work. That's the only reason he's up and he's doing his thing now. He's going to have to share again. They're not going to give this dude like 22 totes or nothing like that. So Eno Benjamin will have an uptick in production. He's explosive. He'll be getting all the juice Edmonds is getting. And guess what? If Connor lays down, in which he loves to do, there is a league-winning back right there, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Keep that in mind. That's why I'm putting him number 1. I'd rather swing for the fence than swing for somebody I'm only got to use for a week. All right, number 2, Jordan Howard. And the reason why I'm putting him number 2, because coaching staff said that they need to find more ways to actually keep him involved in the offense. So it seems like they got long-term plans for him. It's working, so they're trying to stick with it. Jalen Hurts, they don't have him running the ball anymore. He's not running any of the touchdowns, almost becoming like a game manager. I had to use him in my league of record. He scored 20 points. That's like the most somberingest 20 points I ever got. You know what I'm saying? Well, but while Brady was on bye week, he did serviceable to me. So I damn near want to cut him, but I'll keep him on the team. Brady's back, so I'll never need him. Jordan Howard, and 17 totes, touchdown, man, and 2 touchdowns the previous week. He could be a part of his offense. Now, mind you, because I think he's going to get the quality rushes, productive rushes at the goal line. Number 3, somebody in my league of record, freaking doggone, they picked him up, didn't even start him. Congrats, there's your freaking 15 points on the bench. And I believe that he outperformed both of his running backs. Number 3, I'll go ahead and put Dearness up here now. Now, as you know, Nick Chubb and third string back Felton both have COVID. So they'll miss this week. That means the lion's share will go all to Dearness. Unfortunately for Mr. Dearness, he plays against the Patriots. And I doubt he told against the Patriots like he did against Pittsburgh a few weeks back, okay? But he should get volume, so he'll be a safe play. Maybe the person that needed him when Chubb came back, they dropped him, so he might be on the waivers. You know, so unless you had Chubb already, you had Dearness Johnson, you had no business dropping him, you know, because he's a high value cuff. And number 4, Devonta Freeman. He may or may not be out there, but if he is, you need to go snatch him up, use him as leverage, trade him if need be, or play him. He's in a nice situation. He's been scoring. He's the lead back there. Yeah, Le'Veon's there. Lamar don't run in close touchdowns. I said this way in the offseason because everybody was so scared of Lamar. Lamar runs in so many touchdowns. Lamar don't run him in from the 1 and the 2. I said this. It's on freaking record. Pansy's so scared of picking a running back for this doggone team. Devonta Freeman, number 4. So, got a juicy matchup week 10 because he plays against the lowly Dolphins. All right, so that should be a lot of juice for that. So, Devonta Freeman, number 4. Eno Benjamin. He's my home run hit. Jordan Howard's a very safe play for the next, 2-3 weeks. It's 2 more weeks for sure because until Miles come back, but Dearness for this week and Devonta Freeman. All right, Devonta Freeman. Next, wide receivers. Okay, now, hey, listen, wide receiver time. Number 1, obviously I got to put him up here just because I'm going to act like I didn't talk about him last week. Elijah Moore. Okay? Not even going to talk about it anymore. I've had him on the list last week. Now everybody and their mama want to jump on him this week. Flawless fantasy football. Okay? Number 2. Tim Patrick. Now, he might not be on the waivers. But I'm going to tell you something. This dude has scored over, in 6 of 9 games, 6 out of 9 games, he scored over double-digit fantasy points. I know everybody's so jacked up over Judy and Sutton, but guess what? The team likes to throw it to this dude, and he gets the quality freaking throws. I believe quality passes. I believe that at the end of the day, let's say if Sutton blows up 1 week, he's going to be the number 2 receiver. Let's say if Judy happens to blow up 1 week, in which since he came back, he hasn't done much, I don't think. I believe Patrick will be number 2. You know, so I don't think it's going to be a situation where he won't, especially because tight end. You know, he been tripping. I believe Tim Patrick will always be the number one or wide receiver 2 on the team. And Teddy's, he doesn't make that many mistakes. You know, he supported 1,000 yard receivers in Carolina. So the dude's pretty efficient, even though he's going to blow the roof off things. Tim Patrick. Number 2. Oh, man. I said a few weeks ago, Donovan Peoples-Jones. I said that he could be a thing. Here's the thing. Scored well and caught a deep touchdown. Look, man, only had 3 or 4 targets. I think only 3. So he capitalized. I'm weird because that team, I think he'll get more passes this week because Chubb is out, though. And they're playing against the Patriots. So, but a lot of those might be picks. Who knows? But, you know, I think he may get it done, you know, because the other wide receiver, that's the slot receiver, the one wide receiver on the team, he's not but a slot receiver, and plus he's old. So he needs to be getting more volume. If he can bump it up like 8 targets a game, he'll be a freaking stud. Number 4. Does play against the Patriots, though, so it is what it is. But if you need him, you put him in there as a flex or wide receiver 3. You know, depending on your scoring format, shoot for the moon. I got Brandon Ayuk. Yeah, a lot of people were so geeked up about Brandon Ayuk. I wasn't. I gave him and I did give D-Boy yellow and him a yellow because I wasn't sure about it. Because it seemed like they take turns glassing out and being legit. Debo might be doing that right now. He played and he crapped the bed. Now it seems like Ayuk's getting his turn after he served his time in the doghouse. You can pick him up now and feel good about him actually doing a little something this week. Because I'm sure he don't want to get back in Shanahan's doghouse. And number 5, I'm going to put Darnell Mooney, okay? Now, granted, I'm going to put him here because he might be on waivers. Nobody wanted to deal with the 31st ranked, past offense of Chicago. Hell, based on a play, actually, was on a certain particular league, he's actually a free agent in one of my leagues, okay? And I have something to actually do with that. But nevertheless, that was strategic though. Can't really say now because some of my opponents listen to this. So, but he's out there. He's on a bye week this week though. So you may wait till next week, or you can get him this week. All depends if you want to pick him up and hold him. Had a great week, but they did play at their best offensively per se. They got, Montgomery back and everything, so the offense might be becoming more fluent. More work up on the field's belt. So he should be legit. So Darnell Mooney, he's safe. He can give you some blow up games and stuff like that. If their passing volume went up, man, sky's the limit for this dude. Let's go to tight ends. Okay, we're back. Here go to tight ends. All right, before we get into tight ends, hey, listen, if you get any value out of this video, press the like. You subscribe if it's your first time. That'd be greatly appreciated. It help your boy get out there in the doggone YouTube world a little bit better. All right, let's get to the tight ends. Market trying to run out on me. Everybody should have been look, this dude, it's tough because I want to say this dude's not rostered, but I know leagues in which he is. So I can't say. Every league's different. That's what people got to understand. Hell, I'm in a 12-man competitive league, and this guy's available. So it is what it is. Maybe people felt they had better options. But, Pat, Freiermuth, he had a bomb game this past Monday night against Chicago. Scored 2 touchdowns, had 4 catches, about 6 targets, about 50 yards. He had a great day. I'm going to tell you, he's the benefit he reaps for. He reaps because Ben Roethlisberger he got a freaking, I want to say he got a noodle arm. That dude's arm is shot, man. Did y'all see how Ben caught back, and he caught back, and he patted it, caught back, he had all the time, and then threw it deep as he could, and it was still underthrown to Washington. He had to come back to the ball. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm going to make a proclamation right now. 25% because he's glass, 75% because of Big Ben. My wide receiver prospect of Claypool will not blossom this year. Okay? It takes a man to admit that. I just admitted it. Sure, he'll have some games, but Ben just doesn't have that arm. Old school Ben, when he's throwing it to Mike Wallace and crap, and Antonio, yeah, that can get things done, but not this freaking Ben. This Ben is washed, and it's a wrap, okay? It's a wrap. So, and here we go, number 2. We're going to go with Logan Thomas. He's coming back from his hamstring injury. The thing is, you got to be careful. You got to see if they're going to play in with Ricky Seals Jr., if he's going to get more playing time, if they're going to ease him in kind of slow or what. But Logan Thomas was doing Logan Thomas things before he got hurt. All right, so number 4 is Dan Arnold. That dude's been consistent. He's not going to give you... He's been getting a lot more. It seems like that great Jacksonville quarterback that everybody was all on his nuts. Oh my God. The dude got a lot of learning to do, okay? So he ain't all that. So he throw it to the tight ends a lot because he can't throw it to the wide receivers. I don't know if it's coach or if it's him. Nevertheless, he ain't all that. He got a lot to learn. The quarterback, not Dan Arnold. Number 4. On a bye week, but in case you need it for after that, if your tight end got a bye week, week 11, pick this dude. It seems like that is his safety valve. That's a safety valve. It's Cole Kmet. And I believe the way he was throwing it to that dude down the field, he's more of a target monster. He's more of a target monster than Debooney will be on that team. So that's what I feel about that. Justin Fields really likes him. and he can have a lot of value. So if your tight end is on bye, sometimes you got to be strategic. Sometimes you got to make the move prior before the week you need them. See, that's the problem. A lot of people are always waiting. Oh, it's this, my person's on bye this week, let me go pick somebody up. No, if you see a high value, high quality player, go snatch him up a week early, man. They ain't gonna kill you. If you really want him, do your thug thizzle, man. All right, for defense. Okay, now we're going to defenses. Like I said, man, this thing is really messing up. Defenses. All right, I'm gonna give you 3 real quick. Some of these guys might be rostered, some might not. Number 1, 2, 3. We're gonna go with the Cardinals. Cards. They're at home against Carolina. I believe they will reap. They just gotta contain your boy CMC, and they're gonna reap. They're gonna reap plentifully. I got them in 2 leagues. I'm gonna play them suckers. You know what I'm saying? So, but then I got Tampa 2 against Washington. It's going either way. But nevertheless, this is not about me. It's about y'all. Cards versus Carolina. Number 2, let's go with Indy at home, and they play against Jacks. Should be a cakewalk. Indy should eat on them. So, pause. No homo. So, Indianapolis is a great play against Jacksonville. And they're probably on the roster because probably somebody in your league has a hard-on against them. But Dallas is at home versus Atlanta. Atlanta just came off of a great game. I doubt they'll play up 2 games in a row. So Dallas is a good play too. Listen, I got a bunch of content coming out, new content. I put my head together, be bringing up some things to add different value to the channel. So be checking out for that. You know what's up. Next video probably gonna be the ham and egger for week 9. Who earned it? So check out for that. But also remember, it's for the next 4 weeks. It's gonna be a guest. It's gonna be guest chefs in the house. So hopefully that goes well. You know, your guess is as good as mine. So again, this is Anthony Blake Jr. from Flawless Fantasy Football. Hope you enjoyed the content. The Cards, Indy, and Dallas. Get some W's, people. Get some W's. It's not about one player. One player tank on your team. That's not the end of the world. Okay? I won in my 2nd league, and I had Josh Allen. But I freaking won because I had a team that came to play. Now, granted, I didn't run into a buzzsaw, but I still put up 120 points or so. All right? So don't blame that one person because he underperformed when he give you 35s every freaking week, and then you get a bad game, then you want to cry about it. You know who I'm talking to. All right, talk to you later. Flawless Fantasy Football. Like, comment, subscribe. Holla at your boy. Hit the comments.